Let's head out to the hotline and bring on Broncos starting center Lloyd Cushenberry. Lloyd, you're on with Ryan Edwards and Benjamin Allbright. Good to talk to you again. How are you?
Doing good. How y'all?
We're doing pretty good, man, and we'd love to just sort of check in with you and find out how you're feeling, how the offensive line is feeling. I know that it's been a little bit of an up and down season for you guys, but what are you right now feeling about your development and the offensive line's development at this point in the season?
Like you said, it's up and down. We're definitely not satisfied. I'm definitely not satisfied with my play, and we're just trying to continue to get better and just play the high standard that we set for ourselves every day and every week. And we got a long way to go, a long season ahead of us, and we're going to continue to get better no matter what's going on. We got to control what we can, and that's our effort and how we prepare and go out and play.
You coming off a national championship season there in college. You come to a team that's been, sub 500 last couple of years. How do you help to instill that national championship culture into this locker room as a rookie?
The main thing you got to understand, the national championship is great, but this is big leagues now. It's different culture, different players. So I'm just trying to come in and do my job the best that I can, and be a guy that guys can look to and depend on and count on every snap to do his job. And and that's one thing. I haven't been consistent enough, and I just got to continue to get better.
Yeah, and the one question that we almost always ask rookies is, what is different now? What do you know now that you did not know before you became a pro? So what have you learned so far in your time with the Broncos that you didn't know before you became a pro?
Well, one thing that I kind of knew, but I'm really experiencing it in real time is in the league every week you're going against a guy who was the guy in college. So wherever he comes from, he was their best guy. So every week you're going against a top tier talent. So you got to come with your A game, and you can't slack. In every single week, and we've played 9 games now. So in every one of those games, I've won against a great opponent. So there's no weeks off, no days off in the league.
Do you think that the bigger adjustment coming from college to the pros is the speed of the game or the strength of the game?
Not so much the speed. I guess you could say strength, but just for me, it's just like I just said, every single week is guys that are older than you, that have families, that are experienced in the league, and they know the little ins and outs and the mental part of the game and the game within the game, as Coach Munch likes to say. There's little things within the game that people don't see that a lot of guys are very good at and experienced that I got to continue to learn as I go.
Lloyd Cushenberry joining us here on the program. I know, generally speaking, for offensive linemen, it's a sort of pride. It's a sense of pride to run the ball effectively. And over the last few games, it's been a little bit tough for you guys. What do you hope to be able to do coming up against Miami as far as getting the running game back on track?
Well, first of all, we got to start off fast. And that's on us up front. We got to get things going and early and often. Get the backs comfortable, get Drew comfortable, get the run game going. That opens up, so many other things, play action, shots down the field. So, that's something we emphasizing, a lot this week. Just starting fast and, keeping our foot on the pedal.
You're a little over halfway through your first season as a professional football player. If we could hop in the time machine, go back to game one and tell Lloyd Cushenberry right before that game something about what was going to happen this season, what would you tell yourself?
Just be ready. Be prepared every week, and just be ready to bring your A game every single week. And no matter what happens, wins or losses, just continue to keep your confidence, continue showing effort on the film and putting good stuff on tape.
I want to talk a little bit more about that Miami matchup because one of the things that they did as I was watching the game against the Chargers today, one of the things that they like to do is they kind of like to disguise a lot when they come up. They run that cover zero, and they bring both the linebackers up into the B gaps. And I wondered from an offensive line perspective, when you see defenses kind of doing that, and then even on third and longs, they run some of that amoeba stuff there in the middle of the field where they're trying to get you guys to be looking in different directions. How do you guys stay locked in when the defense is moving around as much as they are?
We're going to have a good plan going into the game. We got to continue to watch more film and get tendencies what they like to do when they get into those defenses, but just communication, making sure we know who we have, the back knows who we have, and the quarterback is on the same page with us. So that's what it all comes down to at the end of the day, communication and then executing it.
Is there any difference in communication between the quarterbacks? I mean, Drew Lock obviously a little bit banged up this week. We don't really know necessarily his status for Sunday. You obviously had Brett Rippon out there with the Jets. Is there any difference in communication between the quarterbacks?
No, it's all the same. You know, they're in the same meeting rooms, so they all know the calls, and they're all prepared just like us. And you know, Coach Schuler, Coach Sherman, they do a great job of getting those guys, you know, up to speed with us and seeing what we're seeing, and vice versa.
One of the things that I want a couple more questions here for you, Lloyd. One of the things I'd love to hear from you is what you think about your rookie class so far. Because KJ Hamler, Jerry Jeudy, and even some flashes there from Albert Okwuegbunam on the offensive side of the ball, man. I mean, what a great start this season for all of those guys, including yourself. What have you thought about your class?
I feel like, you know, we've been playing. We've been doing a good job. You know, we've obviously not playing, you know, to the standards that we set for ourselves, but you know, overall, I mean, I feel like we're a young group that is going to continue to learn and just continue to get better. And, you know, that's the goal, just moving forward. Just keep going. Just keep pushing. Keep your confidence up, no matter what the record is, what's going on. Just control what you can and just do your job. And, you know, we just keep putting in the work, keep having good weeks of practice, and things are going to start clicking. One day, you know, we're gonna look at this stretch down the road and you know, say that, you know, we got better from this. There's some growing pains that we have to go through. And, of course, you don't like it, but it happens. It's the league. So we got to continue to keep fighting, continue to keep our confidence up, and don't let things get to you and just keep playing.
Awesome. Lloyd, thank you so much for the time this evening. Best of luck against Miami and for the rest of the year.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Lloyd Cushenberry.